Hello everyone, welcome back to some more From the Depths. As you can see, we have now completely eradicated the Deepwater Guard from the map. There's absolutely nothing left. I've got supply zeppelins moving to and from the outposts over here. Matter of fact, we have one of our zeppelins en route right now. We have set it to take from the starting fortress, the order fortress that's parked over there, the fishing hole, which is this one, and then there's the Davy Jones outpost here at the sandbanks. Turns out that the Davy Jones outpost has a resource zone that gives it a little bit of everything. There we go, over at the sandbanks. It's not great, but oh well. Anyway, in the resource overview you can also see these blue lines when it's like taking from stuff. And we're going to be using them, of course, to supply our fleet once we move into the Onyx Watch over here. Now they have enemy strength 150 of 150, so this is going to be a bit rough. Let me put away resource and supply group view for a minute. We've got our cruisers over here, fighters on the flanks, we've got our laser craft up there, our radar balloon to provide some vision. We've got another radar balloon over here, and we have one over here to show the borders with the lightning hoods over there. But we're going to be fighting off against the Onyx Watch first. And for that, I called in the heavy troops. Hello there, Mr. Battleship. She's 96% done. I've spent a few hours on 10 times speed just to get the resources. Turns out you don't get 3.8 million metal easily. Who would have thought? Anyway, I'm going to be finishing this one off camera. Then we're going to be moving her towards the Onyx Watch up here. But first, I thought I'd go a little deeper about supply convoys. Like, you can give them force feeding stuff. As far as I know, you can't actually set them to patrol. I have given them the patrol card. So if I press play on the supply zeppelin, I can put the AI into patrol mode. But it doesn't actually patrol on the map. So, let's hope they will fix that someday. For now, you'll just have to keep moving them around. You can use shift to set initial waypoints. So, if I want you to have a zigzag pattern like this, it will now follow that pattern. There we go. Once we get to 10 times speed, you will see it'll start zigzagging. Now that's great and all, but I really wish you could have a repeat mode. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments, enrich everyone's knowledge of the game, but I couldn't find it. And again, I tried the patrol card, that's not it. Anyway, there's another thing I wanted to discuss, because, well, there's 8 factions, not including the player faction, which starts down here. And you can actually interact with them. If you press F1, by default, you have all the factions lined up over here with a little lore description of what they do. So for example, the Deepwater Guard is Scattered Nomadic Nation. It's all well and good. We've got all the factions listed on here, 8 plus the player one, which is not written. As of now, we have an overview of our economy, our territory. And you can see that the Deepwater Guard has 0% economy and territory. Economy is basically the amount of resource zones you have, and territory is just any of these squares on the map. Probably could explain that a little sooner, but it wasn't really important until now. You just have a fleet per square that defends it. Anyway, moving on. You can see all the descriptions here. And then you can go over to relationships. This is a bit more interesting part of the game. You can have, you know, those little pop-ups when the AI takes back one of your territories. That actually affects all the relationships in here. And of course, if you shoot at someone, their relationship with you will go down. So, we're gonna take a look at the Onyx Watch in here. Onyx Watch against a player is friendly, which is good. This is their opinion against us. So, for example, if you go to the right, we'll have the Onyx Watch opinion of the Deepwater Guard. And the Deepwater Guard hates the Onyx Watch. Simple enough. Then if we go to, for example, the Onyx Watch versus the White Flares, they're suspicious of each other, which is not great, but it's not good for them either. Now the Twin Guard and the Onyx Watch are seeking reprisal. So we can click bribery, and we can be like, hey, you should be angry at those people. They're not gonna like us much, but we can push them into war, hopefully. We're gonna spend some of that. We now have declared that we have caused a war between the Twin Guard and the Onyx Watch, which should hopefully distract them a little. Now I've already made sure that pretty much nobody hates us. The Scarlet Dawn were at the brink of war with us at relation 9.1 out of 100. They're not friendly with us, so our backs are secure. And seeing how the Twin Guard is the enemy of our enemy, we will bribe them with a bit of crystal. And now we are allied with the Twin Guard. Let's push that a little further. Allied to the end. So we are now good pals with the Twin Guard. The Onyx Watch are suspicious of us. We are at brink of war with the White Flares. So we can bribe them up a bit. So they are now suspicious of us again. We're also friendly with the Steel Striders, the Grey Talons, and the Scarlet Dawn have dropped to suspicious. There we go, we fixed them up back to friendly. They're kind of the best faction in the game, so you want to keep them friendly for now. And then over here is the victory conditions. So here's your victory conditions, here's your failure conditions. We don't have any failure conditions. Here's your score generation, etc. And here's basically what you have to do. Destroy all the faction headquarters of all the Nether factions. So you have to destroy the Davy Jones outpost, which we haven't done yet, but as soon as we scrap that, when we have taken over all the headquarters, then we have basically won the campaign. And you can see Onyx Throne, Gorgon, the Guardians, Quartzstone Fortress, Damascus, Raven's Nest, Scarlet Dawn. That's basically all the headquarters there are. But anyway, I thought I'd show you that. Let's see how the battleship is coming along. Ooh, she's at 98%. As soon as this supply Zeppelin arrives, we'll be good to go. So, I will be right back. Warning, the following footage might slow your PC down, especially when you're trying to play the game. Hello? Look at that beauty right there! This is my battleship. There are many like it, but this one is mine. It's beautiful, it's not even as big and as good as I want it to be. But this is pretty much our capital ship, our flagship for this season. It is a magnificent beast. These guns, these cram cannons are enormous. 1483mm. They blow away most deepwater guard vessels in a single salvo. I don't know of any ship that can face this might. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's like proper capital ship. However, that does of course come with a price. It costs 3.81 million metal. 1.14 million natural resource. Almost 1.15 million. 187k oil, which is nothing. 309k spares. It is 48,480 blocks at time of speaking, and I can make it bigger, better, badder. So yeah, this is pretty much my pride and glory. I spent over 40 hours trying to get this into shape. And well, she has the survivability to stay in battle forever. There's a ton of small caliber AA guns spread around. We've got some small ones here that are like 60mm. These are double 30s, 60. We've got dual 100 mils on here. We've got a 6-barrel 50mm on here, which is a recent addition from the Deepwater Guard actually. They tend to fire quite rapidly. But yeah, you're gonna see probably one battle of this. just because it slows the game down to an enormous degree, and I don't really think that huge stuttering videos make for great videos. But anyway, we are going to be sailing her towards the Onyx Watch, and we're going to be going into a fight. I will be right back as the battle begins. Ah, these waters. The ocean smell. You might not see it, but yonder is the land that belongs to the Onyx Watch. It is time to declare war, but first we will move down back to the control in the bridge. Captain on deck, we shall take a seat. We will declare our war. They are now seeking reprisal, and it shall surprise no one. A fleet has emerged. Eries, a rampart, and a stalwart. We'll engage them in battle any moment now. Here we go. Just give it a minute, game. So yes, I warned you guys, this is gonna be a slow battle. Because my PC will not be happy with me for this. I can promise you that much. We are already opening fire. These cannons are not doing anything like what they should be doing for some reason. Which is just brilliant. Anyway, there goes our main salvo. And we are in degraded mode, predictably. Let's take a look at that area. It's been a while since I've fought against any Onyx Watch. Oh, it's literally those flying. Interesting. Well, there's flashes or anything to go by, then we're gonna have no problem here. Second salvo is flying. And yes, the game is stuttering, as predicted. Not that that's anything to predict, though. I mean, it's a pretty given fact. Look at that, we got a hit. And we got more hits from the look of things, oh yes. We did get a couple minor hits. We have our secondaries are also firing. They're firing a mix of APHE and, as you can see, EMP to take out AI and stuff. But then again, shells like this are also pretty effective at taking everything out, not just AI. And in theory, we do have a laser craft somewhere. Although, having said that, we did spawn in a battleship that is 48,000 blocks, and you can have like max 50,000 blocks in a battle, in general. So I'm not really surprised. My laser craft are still over there. Next salvo is coming in. Got a hit or two. We have our deck AA guns are now opening up on him, which is all the white tracers, pretty much. It's only low caliber, so I'm not expecting that to do a massive amount of damage, especially considering the fact that we are going up against a full metal craft here. The big damage is going to come from our main guns, which are for once accurate against a flyer, and our secondary guns, which are like 203mm. Oh, there we go, get some good hits in there. I think they might have taken out one of our turrets. Yeah, one of them isn't firing. One of the rear turrets. That's unfortunate, but ships like that are made to tank damage. Oh, that looks like a good salvo. Oh, it was! Look at that, we are tearing him open. It's beautiful. It's been a while since I played with my battleship. Let's start turning, shall we? Make sure that the forward turrets can still fire. Oh, that looks like another good salvo. Yeah, slightly to the right. Although, we still did get a hit. It's not like we didn't do anything. Just look at it in the distance. It's an amazing view. I love it to bits. Best thing I ever built. I don't care if it's not 100% optimal. I love it to death. It's so cool. It looks so pretty. It's just like a real World War II battleship. Which was exactly what I was going for at the time, so that's good. He's lucky that he's got some shields. But even shields won't save him soon enough. No, sir. Pouring more low caliber fire in him, which is good. Bigger guns are still doing their work as well. Next salvo incoming. Oh, brace yourself. Oh yes, there you go. Some more nice big hits. You didn't need those, did you? In fact, they have now spawned in another ship. And our main guns are shifting their fire. And you can see on these two weird lines that the rear turret has indeed taken quite a big hit. We'll take a look at that over here. It's trying to fire, bless it. But yeah, you can see it's taking a hit. It's taking a hit. The barrels are off. The front of the ship, however, is still doing just fine. So let's ignore the dying Erie for a minute. Look at those splashes and those explosions. It might be slow paced, but it's goddamn satisfying to watch. I think this is the little ransack. Not entirely sure. What are you called? Rampart. Oh, there we go. You can just see the shells incoming. We haven't taken much damage ourselves, which is good. Oh, I hope you didn't need that turret there. Or the front of your ship, for that matter. Yeah, he is above our gun limit. That's why we why we shifted fire. He is out of our reach right there. But it does seem like he should die any minute now. He has taken a lot of damage. And the secondary guns are still focusing on him. They're not doing much. But at least they are firing on him. We are taking some fire in return, but... yeah, he seems to have it far worse than we do. Just look at this. I think he might be back in range of our turrets, our main turrets. Which would explain why they are turning. But we have more flak explosions coming in, some more EMP damage as well, which is good. Hopefully we should be able to take out the AI on that soon. Or at least some more of those shields. Although, I think he's in too much trouble right now to really care about his shields. Let's quickly check. How are we doing? Yeah, we lost about 1,000 blocks. Which sounds like a really big thing, but it's actually kind of not for this ship. It's barely 2% of its health. One of our forward turrets has taken a hit. The Erie is 2 damaged, which means we will be getting a stream of resources from that soon. And a new opponent to attack. Yeah, it's time for you to die already. Get out of here. These turrets seem to have fixed their issue from before, which is good. Now all our secondary guns are firing on the rampart over there. Which is just having a little bit of trouble. It's not really a big problem, but you know. Something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, we kind of disarmed it, so it's not a problem at all. The area is disappearing reliably. Some more EMP damage as well. And that's the thing with those secondary guns, they are really useful for delivering EMP damage. I actually set them up in a special way with a shape charge warhead, some EMP heads, and a proximity fuse. And what that does, no matter what range the shield is projected at, I tried it at 25 meter range shields, I tried it at 5 meter range shields. If you set it to like proximity 4 or 6 meters on the fuse itself, you will go through shields every time. Like without failing. No matter what strength they are. So if shields are giving you trouble, just use that. It's a free little tip. I will be going more in depth on ammo sorts at some point, probably. Ooh, another area has joined the battle. Let's quickly finish off this small little rampart, shall we? Before shifting focus to the bigger one. Although having said that, the main and secondary turrets are already shifting their fire. Oh, look at that big explosion. I hope the game will get optimized at some point so that we can enjoy more of these large battles. But yeah, the game is frozen right now because it's trying to cope, but it's not really coping. Like, if I had a smaller sized ship, this would have been over already. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna build a battle cruiser that is inspired by this battleship, but not quite as big. And then I'll use that. And I might use the battleship more. But not really all that often, maybe on some smaller fleets, I don't know. Maybe when killing a fortress or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll be right back because this doesn't seem to be coming back. Oh, no, there it is, there it is. Keep calm and don't get too close with the camera. But yeah, I hope the game gets optimized at some point so we can enjoy more of these large battles because this is absolute slaughter. I love this ship to bits, but it's just too big to actually use a lot in the campaign. So don't expect too much footage of it on the channel. Unless you guys want to see more, of course. I will definitely use it off camera to kill more of the Onyx Watch fleet. Especially in the opening stages when we have to go up against multiple fleets of just this. Yeah, look at that. The secondary guns are still focusing fire on the little rampart there. The main guns are firing a furious salvo at the Erie, which is just rocked by a big hit there. Lovely stuff. Some more shells coming in from the rear turrets. Oh, that looks like a good salvo. There we go. Nice hit on the area again. We've got more shots coming in. Removing turrets left, right, and center. How's the little rampart holding up, actually? Pretty good, 60%. He's alive, that's already an accomplishment of its own. There we go, more hits on the Erie. Oh, that looks like a good dense oh, shields. Lucky bugger. I think our 203mm guns are still focusing fire on the rampart. That explains why the shields are still mostly up. Look at that, we are just taking chunks out of this. Remember, we are firing at metal here, not even wood, like the Deepwater Guard. Deepwater Guard would have lost already, like no matter what they would have brought out. The Barracuda wouldn't stand a chance. The Moray would have been annihilated already. Simple. No question about it. There we go, a nice big hit again. We're just tearing chunks out of it one by one. You will fall sooner rather than later. Yeah, shields like this is exactly why I put those EMP shells in the actual secondary guns. I don't think they're quite useful enough for a main battery, but secondary, sure. Go nuts, seriously, they are really useful. just waiting for them to stop targeting the little rampart down there. Turning the ship around a bit more, we get some more good hits. This area is slowly falling apart. I say slowly, but we are still blowing chunks out of it. We finally got some EMP damage in there. Shields are falling. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, I love it. I believe we actually lost 2 secondary guns, so that explains why we have some less EMP coming out right now. And here you can clearly see the AA guns are still firing on the little rampart. They're clearly AA guns, you can see that from the design, but, you know, it's a halo fire nonetheless. If it was a player, he would have suffered a lot. He would just get blown up constantly, but, oh well. And I think they now shift, no, they're still firing on the rampart. Thought for a second they shifted fire to the actual area here. But I told them to ignore ignore big targets and just go for the highest one. So they should start shifting their fire soon. Oh well, let's continue to watch this area go down, and then I'm probably gonna cut away because this has been going on for quite a while actually. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, this is already a 15-minute battle, Jesus Christ. That just goes to show how much this game suffers when you crank it up to 11. We got a big hit there below one of our turrets, as where I stashed a little bit of ammo. Which is okay. It's not great, but yeah, it happens. There, oh Jesus Christ, explosions all over its hull. Or what is left of the hull by now. Not a whole lot, I can tell you. I'm gonna blow this area to hell. Although, having said that, soon they are gonna be out of range of the... Well, the arc's gonna be too high for my main cannons, which is gonna be a problem. They are doing most of the damage, as you can clearly see here. Jesus. I love big guns and I cannot lie. It is a fact that I can't deny. And we're just taking it right back, dishing it out. Taking it, handing it out. Taking some more. He's dead. There we go. Now about that little rampart. I don't think you deserve to be around anymore, do you? No, I thought not. Look at that, it's not even... it doesn't even have weapons anymore, it's literally just... You're gonna die now. Accept it. It's already got shells incoming. Another nice big hit below the waterline. Look at that. Narrowly miss. Some nice big hits on the side. It is now also 2 damaged. My salute to you, little rampart. That you were not the toughest contestant today. That prize goes to the battleship. Thank you for participating anyway. There he goes. 2 damage, he's disappearing. Now, let's see who our next target is going to be. Throughout all this, all we did was basically move forwards and perform a 90-degree turn. Now we are up against some smaller things like an Alcazar and a Stalwart. Oh joy. As you can see, we clearly have the range on them. Let's quickly find out how far away are they actually. I don't think they're quite far, but it's just, yeah. Oh, look at you, little Stalwart. Look at you. Oh, precious. Or a little stalwart. We'll be gentle. Or not. Jesus, look at that. The front turret is just gone. There's just a giant hole where it used to be. Another turret is annihilated instantly. The game is a bit more bearable now. It's still trying, bless its heart, but yeah, there's no question about it. We have won this battle. Let's fly over there again. We're actually up against up to 4 million high explosive damage because of all the cram shells. It's amazing. This is just a slaughter. It's amazing. Well, we are going through fuel quite fast. That is, of course, because, well, this battleship was designed before shields were, before engines were nerfed. And I did change the shields a bit, and I added a huge battery, but I don't think it's quite sufficient. So I might overhaul that at some point. Oh, look at that. Lovely salvo there. Yeah, he's disarmed. This isn't even a contest anymore. This is just puppy kicking at this point. I love it. Oh, next fire salvo. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, more shots are pouring in. You should be 2 damaged any moment now. Another 2100 meters distance. And closing. That is the salvo that broke its back. It is 2 damaged now. All that remains to defy us in this sector is an Alcazar. And we all know what's gonna happen to the Alcazar, don't we? Pain. And misery. Look at that. You can see it as a ghost in the distance. The lovely battleship. There we go. Finally, the Alcazar. It defies our might. It does its best to even get his guns around. He's not even opening. Oh no, he is firing. He is firing. Take him out, boys. The guns are firing. You can just see enormous flashes in the distance as our shells are being lobbed towards it. We have EMP impact recording. Shells are coming in, and they are short. They fell short, sadly. But that is to be expected of a first salvo. We are getting EMP damage, however, so we are definitely taking him out on that front. Look at that, EMP all over the place. I'm not sure if our ships actually have the if the rear turrets. Oh yes, the rear turrets can fire. Good. Oh, that was close. You can just see the arcing lines there. Sun sets after a long day of bloody battle. We are recording big hits now. There we go. Chunks are being taken out of the Alcazar. He tried to defy us. We all know what's next. Getting some high explosive hits as well. Main guns are firing again. We are taking some minor hits, but nothing major. We are closing the distance. There's only one way this is gonna end, really. Got some more shells incoming, but they missed because of his course corrections. He's a brave little one, I'll give him that. Even the bravest shall fall before our might. And then next episode we'll find out how well our laser crafts fare against these vessels. Probably quite well, honestly. Just because they are lasers. Oh, another missed salvo, unfortunately. Might have to close the distance a bit. Which is fine, that's what we're trying to do here. He is by far the most annoying of them. Just because he keeps wiggling his ass around. And of course it's AI aiming, so AI can't really predict where he is going. At least not with these constant wiggles. Jesus Christ, he's actually faring quite well. I will say that. At least he is faring well for now. Soon we will end him. With a lone shell. Nearly hit. Jeez, that was close. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've got a hit. He has lost some turrets. Well, part of them at least. We've also still got the reliable secondaries firing, which is nice to see. What's this EMP actually looking like? Not really much to EMP, I guess. Oh, there goes the bridge! We just nuked its bridge there. Now he's got more problems. Or that was just a forward post, I don't know. Either way, it died horribly. In a blaze of fire. We're still at 100%. We are taking some fire though. And I might just tell the secondary A against to not fire on targets on the water level. Because they don't seem to be doing much now, do they? Oh, look at that. More good damage there. Lost most of his frontal guns. He's got some side turrets left. That's about it, really. We have close to like 1900 meters, which is trivial distance for real battleships. Oh, that's a nice chunk there. But in from the depths, this is considered medium distance, so we are faring quite well. Medium and long distance, of course, although long distance we are going to be more inaccurate. Because cram cannons are not really built for accuracy, they're just meant for annihilating things. Which, to their credit, they do incredibly well. Though for a battlecruiser I might go for like 12-inch or 14-inch guns, who knows? Anyway, those are going to be advanced cannons. And they will be able to annihilate faster, hopefully. But of course, not as good as this battleship. It's still going to be the king of the seas at some aspects, right? And I don't have a single worry that it won't. You're just tearing this guy apart. This is bullying almost. There go his side turrets on the left side. Not like you needed those, right? We're still fighting in the sector. Oh, that was so close. It splashed right next to the ship. That, however, is gonna leave a mark. You're gonna need more than polish to get rid of that, I'm telling you. Now he's pretty much sailing directly towards us. And almost every shot is gonna be a hit. Because of that, we are splitting the tea on him, as they say. We can fire our entire broadside while he just has his forward guns. You know, if he had any left. Instead of just giant explosions everywhere. Lovely stuff. Oh, there goes a direct hit to its bridge. I think it's the bridge, I don't know. It's down to 66%. They have a lot of health, just like my ship. Oh, there goes the remainder of that side turret. Bloody brilliant. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to call in any planes at this rate. Just because we have a ridiculous amount of blocks. Which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah. I could probably build it a little smaller, but what's the point of that? You want a huge battleship. It is a capital ship after all. Lord knows it delivers. 57%. You're almost dead, mate. Just give up. Another turret bites the dust. More shells flying in. All of them are hitting. He's dead in the water. And for all intents and purposes, he is dead. He just doesn't know it yet. Just chunks out of chunks. 2 damage! That is the GG. Well played. You're dead. Really. Dead. The ship has performed its duty admirably. And the enemy is no more. There it goes. Slowly but surely sinking. Giving up. Probably crying to its mother. Good stuff. So, I'm going to end the episode here because this took forever. Because, well, it's big, so, you know, it's not a surprise or anything like that. But anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like down below. Your support really does mean the world to me. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. And until next time, watch out for the big bad battleship. Have a good one, folks.